So I don't know if you heard, but the new GTA 6 trailer just dropped last week. I saw it when I was streaming on Twitch, and y'all, it looks so good. Y'all, if The Sims looked like that, that would be so amazing in my opinion. So in the game, there's two new characters, Lucia, and there's also Jason. And in the trailer, we get to see Jason's house. So I'm gonna pull it up real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is what Jason's house looks like. As you can see, it's like a rundown beach home. There's another character, Brian, who's letting him stay here for free, basically. And as you can see, it's kind of like a rundown beach home. You have Jason at the top, kind of working on the house. As you can see, is low-key, high-key, kind of falling apart. But when I was looking at the trailer, my Mod Tianna was like, CJ, you have got to build me this house. Please build me this house. She even redeemed the CJ Fix My Build redeem. Usually I fix a Sims house, but this time I'm going to be building one from scratch and making it look bad, I guess. But she redeemed points because she really wants me to build this house for her. And when I was looking at the house, I'm like, okay, this is kind of easy. It's just a rectangle on a stilted foundation. That's super easy in The Sims, not really hard. The only bad thing about it is that we don't really have that many interior shots of the house. Like, we don't have a floor plan. I don't have every room and every corner. So I did go to the trailer and I took as many screenshots as I could that actually showed like portions of the house, you know, like the main trailer was more so about the characters and the setting, but not really the house. But I tried my best to get some pictures of the house in there too. So we have some things to work off of, but just know that this will not be a 100% recreation. I mean, a lot of the stuff we can't even do in The Sims. Like, for example, these shutters right here, like, we don't have shutters that kind of come out like this in The Sims, you know? Like, we don't have tarp for the roofs in The Sims. So a lot of the stuff is not going to be like 100% accurate. I know that Tianna, just like myself, uses a lot of CC. So if you need to, Tianna, you want to go back and like add some stuff or like take some stuff away, feel free to. I'm just going to be using Max's stuff today. So Tianna did have a request for me, and that is to build this house in Sulani, so I'm gonna definitely be doing that today. I do wish, however, y'all, that I could figure out what's going on over here. We do have like a picture that kind of shows out here a little bit, but I don't know what I'm going to do for this section, so we're going to have to probably improvise some things. But why don't we just go ahead and get back into the game? So first things first, we're going to just go ahead and build a rectangle. I'm going to build it on this lot. This is the Reef Finery. I was going to build this on a smaller lot, but I feel like I might need something a little bit bigger just because, you know. Okay, so I'm going to just build this partially over the water. We're just going to start out with a little rectangle, kind of like this. We might need to make it a little bit smaller, and I'm just going to bring it over the water a little bit like so. If anything, maybe I could like bring this in and then we bring this back a little bit more. I wanted to kind of be in the water. I'm gonna also go in and we're gonna add a foundation on this side of the house and we're gonna make it wrap around kind of like that. And then we're gonna come over here for this side and we're gonna get another foundation, and this one will not be as big as this one. We can maybe make it come in a little bit like so. This is the general shape of the house. Okay, like I said, it is a rectangle. We're gonna go ahead and just pull it up a little bit above the ground. Maybe something like this. Jason's house isn't super high off the ground, so maybe this could kind of work. And we're gonna go in now and get some stilted foundation. I'm honestly so glad now that we have stilted foundations in The Sims because we did not have these for a long time. So we have a couple to choose from. We have these that are more like square, and then we have these that are more rounded. We have some that are a little bit skinnier. If I go back to look at the picture, I don't know, these look more square like to me, right? They look more square and they're not really like super thick. So I guess we'll go for something kind of like maybe this, or let's see this one. Let's see how this looks in white. I feel like this is more so the vibe. How do these look from Snowy Escape? Honestly, I can't really tell a difference, really, if I'm being honest with you. They all kind of look the same. I guess we'll use the ones from Snowy Escape, seeing as how these don't have metal on it. So the fence looks like a basic fence. It honestly looks like it used to be white if you kind of look close, and it's kind of like chipping to just be brown, or maybe he's in a process of painting it. I don't really know. So we have like some vertical wood planks right here in the spaces. So I'm gonna look and see if we have anything like that in The Sims 4. I feel like I should also sort by light brown, maybe, just so I can like find them a little bit better. So I'm looking for any fence with vertical lines. We do have this one from Business and Hobbies. We also have these from For Rent. Maybe I might use these. Oh, but we also have these too. You know what? We're gonna use these from Base Game. These aren't quite the same, but I think they're close enough in my opinion. And then when it comes to the stairs, it kind of sucks a little bit, y'all, because I can't really do like a stair like this, really. You can if you do like foundation, but I don't know if you can really do a foundation on oceanfront property like this. So we can't really do like the little like stair that goes down, stop, and then go back down. I don't think that's possible in this game. Yeah, so we're gonna just go for like a basic stair. The stairs that we have though, they appear to be kind of like older looking. We could use these. If we look back at the screenshot, you'll also see that there's like a sidewalk or like pavement down here. So I'm gonna go in with the terrain paint just to kind of like fill this little area in down below. All right, y'all, so this is kind of what we have so far. I went ahead and I did some landscaping. I have our satellite dish. We have some flowers down here. There's a trash can. I think now we can go ahead and do the roofing, the wallpaper, and then we'll move on to the inside. So I'm just gonna go for a really simple gabled roof today because it doesn't really need to be that fancy. I'm just gonna make it go ahead and come down a little bit, maybe kind of like so, because in the screenshot, it's not really that high anyway. So I think we'll kind of go for that. Now the house is like a lighter blue color. So I'm gonna go over to the color category and then I'm gonna go over to paneling because I think it's like a wood paneling, I wanna say. And I want to find something, honestly, this is kind of close to it. That's really close. And I don't know if we'll find anything that's quite like that. Because like we have some other wood panelings, but like these are kind of fancy. We do have this one from Spooky Stuff, but this one is kind of distressed, but it's a lot lighter than the picture in the screenshot. And I think this is like the perfect shade. So I think we're going to go for this one today. Okay, y'all. So for the window, I think I'm going to use this one from Horse Ranch. I think these are the closest that we're going to get, especially if we want to have like these shutters on the window, you know? So I think we're going to end up using these today. I'm just going to get a couple of these windows. I'm just going to kind of place them around like that. And we're going to get the matching shutter pieces to go with them. I'm also going to put one of these little lights right here. This one is kind of like the one that's in the screenshot. It's not 100% the same, but it's kind of close to it, right? And I also put like a little vent underneath it. I just kind of wish that we had like more stuff like this in The Sims, you know? Oh, I almost forgot too. There is like a little basketball hoop right under here. So if we go to the outdoor category, I think it's in outdoor activities, we should be able to find the basketball hoop. I know it comes with City Living right here. So we have this one that is just like the rim. So this one just appears to be like the one without the actual like pole. So I guess we'll just use this one. I'm just going to try to get this one lined up with the house as best I can. Okay, y'all, I don't think I'm going to be able to sit it where I want it to be. So for the sake of the video, we're just going to use the other one because like I have been trying to get that there for the longest time. And I just can't get it. So we're just going to use the actual object. It's okay. What we can do is just hide it with some of this grass so you can't really see it as much, you know? We'll just hide it with some landscaping so you can't really tell that it's there. All right, y'all, when it comes to the windows, as you can see, we still have some of these over here on this side of the house. So I'm going to put one here. And we also have this grayish door with the little window panes in the middle. I was looking through the catalog to figure out if we had a door that was similar. And I found this one from the base game. So we're going to use that today. I think I do want to move this ladder over a little bit because it is kind of clipping. Why don't we go ahead and tackle the inside? So I kind of did the floor plan based off of the pictures that I saw. So like this is the same door that Jason was just at, and then we have a room right here. So I don't know what this can be, and I really don't know what this room is. I think this room is like a work in progress kind of room. We have the wood beams, we have like some unfinished drywall in there. We don't really have anything like this in The Sims where I can kind of replicate this really, maybe with a window or something. Maybe I can if I use like a half wall, and maybe if I use like some wood panes, maybe I could do something like that. Over here on this side, we have some kind of like tank or terrarium. So I think I'm gonna put maybe like a fish tank or like the axolotl tank or something like that right here. And then over here, it looks like a kitchen of some sort. So I'm going to try to see if we can try to squeeze a kitchen in here. So over here on this side, we have like the living room. So we have some chairs. We do have a chair that's kind of like this in Island Living. We have a coffee table. There's a lot of clutter in here. And then I found another screenshot. I think this is the same room. We have those sliding glass doors over here on this side. This I think is the other side where the other balcony is. So we have like some glass doors. We have a TV on a box or something. So as you can see, it's kind of like a work in progress in here, you know? But these are like the only pictures that I really have that you can actually see like the majority of the house. So with that being said, this again is the floor plan. So I think we'll have this be a bathroom. This can be like a bedroom because he needs a room somewhere, you know? I think we'll try to have this little section be a kitchen. Over here, we'll have our couches. We'll put a TV over here as well. And yeah, I think that'll be the layout for the house. So I went ahead and I used some of this grungy-ish kind of wallpaper. It has like stains on it. I also used some wood paneling. If I go back to the screenshot for a second, you can kind of see that we have some wood paneling over here on this side. Well, why don't we just go ahead and get into it? I guess we'll start maybe over here by the bathroom and then we'll just kind of work our way down. So let's start in the bathroom. Now, I want something that's really old and outdated. I don't have any interior shots of the bathroom, so I can't tell you how it's supposed to look, you know? But we could kind of go with the vibe. I want something kind of older, maybe kind of outdated. Ooh, honestly, this could kind of work, honestly. I was thinking at first to use this, and I still might. Maybe I'll use this in the kitchen. And then when it comes to the wallpaper. I know I want to get tile. Well, maybe use some of this tile for the kitchen. I can't really tell what the kitchen's wallpaper is. It looks like it's white, so we might just use white. If that's the case, maybe I'll use this in here then. When it comes to the plumbing, again, I don't really know what Jason has. We do have like a rundown shower. We have this one, but I don't know if we need that one, y'all. I don't think he's that down bad just yet. So maybe we'll just settle for a shower tub combo. Maybe like this one could kind of work. I'll get it in like a grayish off-white color like this. We have some bath towels that are kind of like this, where they're kind of like wrinkly. And I think I'm going to put some of those in here. I do want to also get a bathrobe. We'll probably put that really close to it. Okay, I do need to get a toilet. I'm guessing we can maybe use this toilet right here. As for the sink, do you think I could use this one? Or do you think I should use one of these? Maybe this one could kind of work. I could kind of see him having one like this in his house. And then when it comes to the mirror, I know there's this one from the cats and dogs pack. So maybe we can use this one in here. I wonder if I can squeeze clutter. Oh, clutter is not going to work here. Ugh, that's unfortunate. Do you think I should just get like countertops then? Maybe that would be better, because then I could like put stuff up there, you know? And then I could always move the door like here. I'll get a bathroom sink, and then I can get some like bathroom clutter, because I feel like Jason is not the cleanest person, you know what I'm saying? I'll get toilet paper. We have a couple combs, some toothpaste. We have toilet paper in here. I get some of these lotions as well. I can add a little medicine cabinet in here. I do want to go in and add a little bit of detail, so we'll get like this water stain. This is like a rug. It comes with Strangerville. Oh, and if I go to werewolves or if I go to vampires, we have cracks and scratches. I want to get some of those too. Okay, and then to finish off the bathroom, I'm going to use this rug from Journey to Batu, and I'm just going to rotate it a little bit, and I'm going to use maybe this swatch. I feel like this swatch kind of matches with like the rest of the room. Oh, you know what? We could probably get like a little curtain too for the bathroom. We could also maybe get like a little curtain for the bathroom. I don't know, just to kind of have something in there. But I think on that note, that's probably everything for this bathroom. If I go back to the screenshot, we do have a rug or something. I don't really know what this is. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like a tarp. And I know that if I go to outdoor retreat, we do have a tarp object. So you think I could like place this down like in the hallway? Maybe if it comes in a white swatch. Oh, it doesn't come in white. But maybe we can use like this swatch. That kind of gives me the same energy, I think. Why don't we maybe move on to the bedroom? I'm a little excited for the bedroom because we do have a wallpaper that can kind of fit. So if I go over to the restoration workshop, we do have like this drywall wallpaper. And if we look at this room over here, as you can see, we kind of have like some of this same drywall. Maybe what I'll do is we'll have like half of it be this and maybe like some of the wallpaper be this. Okay, y'all, I have an idea and I don't know if this is going to go good or not, but I want to have a half wall kind of like this. And I want to move it in some like this, right? Eco Lifestyle has these objects right here. These are vertical lines objects. You think I could put a couple of these in here to kind of like represent the like wood panels in the other screenshot? All right, y'all, so today is the next day. I had to stop recording because there was a storm that happened yesterday. My lights went out for a little bit. It was a whole thing, but no worries, I'm fine. But I did go back and add some changes to the house, primarily outside. As you can see, I've done a lot more landscaping. I even added some by debug fences out here. Again, I don't really know what it looks like because the game's not out yet and we can't really see. So I kind of took a lot of creative liberty, but I think it kind of fits in with the vibe, you know? In the game, there's a blue car in the yard, so I gave him a blue car. We have like some trash and stuff out here. I'd imagine that like over time, he's just kind of throwing things outside probably. So we have like a lot of like trash and scrap out here. There's some over here on this side. If we go upstairs, there's a lot more going on out here. So we have like some trash in the corner. There's a tarp down here. We have like some wood planks, an electrical fuse box. This isn't in the screenshot. I just took some creative liberty, you know? And then when you open up the house, I tried to get this as close to the screenshot as I could. If we go to the screenshot for a second, you'll see that we have these beams right here with some boxes and stuff on top of it. I guess this is like a little extra storage space. We also have this long fluorescent light. I tried my best to make the hallway in the game look kind of like it. Of course, it's not like a 1-1 recreation, but it's kind of close, right? I even put boxes up here too, and they don't clip, which is kind of nice. So yeah, I know it's not the same, but like hopefully it'll be kind of close to it. I also added some paint splatter down here. We have a fuse box by the door. We have some trash down here as well. And then I finished putting these wood columns right here. This is supposed to represent that unfinished room in the screenshot, you know, this one right here. I think I'm gonna have to make this his bedroom. Now, I don't really know what his bedroom is located in the actual game, but this space is not that big. So we have a bathroom, this will be the kitchen, and I'm guessing this is gonna have to be the bedroom because I don't really have a lot of space for anything else. And I still want to have the TV be in this corner by the sliding door. So we're just gonna make a creative choice to put the bedroom over here today. So I was trying to think about like how I could decorate his room and like what would go in here. I was thinking that we could use this Love Struck bed. Now this is the one that comes if you bought Love Struck when it first came out. So if it doesn't show up in your game, that's probably why. This was like a pre-order bonus, but I think this bed, honestly, y'all, is like the right vibe. This bed just looks really thrown together and I kind of like it. So I think I want to use maybe this swatch right here for it. And I'm gonna just kind of put it slightly slanted, you know? I need to try to give him a couple nightstands. Like, there's not really that many pictures of his bedroom, so I don't really know what it looks like. I'm just gonna try to go off of vibes, if that makes sense. So when it comes to his nightstand, I was thinking that we could do these suitcases, you know? So maybe I'll move this over a little bit and we'll have some of these suitcases be a nightstand for him. I guess we can go for maybe this color. Okay, and then I want to give him a lamp. I'm thinking of the one from Strangerville. Like one of these lava lamps could be kind of cool. Oh, we have a couple of these lights. Do you think I could put one of these in the corner? Maybe I could get rid of this light here and we can have like one of these like makeshift lights in the room, you know? Because, you know, maybe this room just doesn't have lights all the way. I guess we could use maybe this rug right here. I'm going to size it down some and maybe just like rotate it ever so slightly, kind of like that. Maybe we can get like some paint or something over here. Maybe he's trying to like paint the walls. So I'm gonna go over to the restoration workshop. I'm also gonna go over to the artist studio kit. The artist studio kit has these paint buckets, so maybe I'll put some of those in the corner over here, and then I may get some more and just put it out here for right now. We also have this fan. You know what, y'all? I gotta give him this fan. I'm gonna put that right there. We do have like some paint splats, so maybe I'll get a couple of these and I'll just size them down and put it underneath it. I guess this kind of matches the wallpaper a little bit, so we'll go for that swatch. You know what? I'll get a little bucket and I'll put this in the corner too. If you didn't know, your Sims can actually sit on these. These are technically chairs, so I'll get like a little bucket in there. And then I guess we'll get like a dresser or something. I don't really want to put too much furniture in his room, seeing as I was not really done. But I will give him a dresser just so you can have one. And then as for the dresser, oh my gosh, should I just put a suitcase? I mean, it would work. I don't know how long he's been living here for. It could technically work. I could just use this one, honestly. Maybe we'll just use this. But a suitcase might not be bad. Maybe I'll put a suitcase on top of it. Maybe I can put like a little box up here too. And you know what? I'll give him a couple of posters to put in his room. Maybe we can do one of like an energy drink and I guess one of like a sim working out. I'll also give him a tarp to go over his bed like that. Okay, y'all. Well, I think that's like everything for his room because I don't really want to put too much more in here, you know? I guess we'll go ahead and tackle maybe the kitchen area. If we go back to the screenshot, we can't really see that much in the kitchen. I do know that at least it has green upper cabinets and there's something right here that's white. Maybe it's like the fridge or the stove. There does appear to be like a glass vase on top of it and maybe like something else over here, but I don't really know what else. So we're just gonna have to improvise. So I guess maybe to kind of fit the vibe, we'll go for green countertops. So I'm just gonna go and sort by the color green and see what we come up with. We actually have a couple, actually. The color is more like a lighter green or maybe like a sage green. Maybe we can use these from Country Living because these are kind of like the same swatch. We could also use the ones from the Country Kitchen Kit, maybe in like this color because it's kind of like disheveled. So maybe I'll use these instead. I don't know what it was. It was something white underneath it. So maybe we could have the stove be over here. Do we have a stove that looks really old and kind of like dirty? Oh yeah, we have this one. Does it come in a white swatch? It does. Hey, that kind of works, y'all. All right, y'all. I'll get a fridge, and I guess we could put the fridge right here. I want to save some space for a table, so we're going to use this fridge, and we're going to also make this one white just so it can kind of blend in. I'll get a kitchen sink, maybe just like this one, I guess. I don't even know what kind of wallpaper. So in the screenshot, it looks like a white wall, so like, should we just use this again? I feel like this isn't really that interesting to look at, but hey, we'll go for it. And then as for a table, we could just use like one of these cheap ones. You know, these are the ones from Eco Lifestyle. Maybe we'll get this brown one and we'll get some of the chairs to go with it. Oh, we can have mismatched chairs. Maybe we'll have like a plastic chair and then we'll have like one of the chairs that kind of comes with the table. I do need to make sure I have a trash can. Maybe one of these small ones could work. Okay, y'all. So I think the kitchen can pretty much be done. There's not really too much more I want to do in there. Okay, so next up, if we go back to this screenshot, you'll see that we have this terrarium. Now, if I go back a little bit to this screenshot, if you look close enough, you'll see that there is an iguana down here and it looks like it's wearing a shirt or something. So I don't know if this is like his pet or what. I'm not too for sure. I'm gonna assume it probably is, right? So we don't have iguanas in The Sims 4 currently. We have axolotls and we have frogs. I think that's like the closest that we have to it. So I think what I might do is just use the frog terrarium. And I'm also going to use this table, but I'm going to get it in a darker swatch. Maybe like this swatch. And we'll put this right here. And this will kind of represent our terrarium, you know? Next up, we'll go to the living room section. So we have a couple of chairs that are kind of similar to the ones that he has. They're kind of like this in a way. So if I go back to the screenshot, you can kind of see it's almost kind of like that. The only difference is it doesn't really have like pillows by the arms, but that's okay for me. I don't really care that much. Now, I don't know if we have a similar swatch. Yeah, none of these really come with a pattern on it. We do have this one that has a pattern. We also have this other one, but this one doesn't have patterns on it either. Maybe we'll use a combination of this and this, you know? What I'm thinking we do is we'll have like one go here, like a long one, and then we have a smaller one to go on this side. We have a little square coffee table. This one to me kind of has like the closest energy to it, so I'm going to use this one. And I want to get a rug underneath. Maybe we just like one of these with the plants on it, and we will just go for maybe like a swatch like that. And there's also a hanging plant, and there's also like a little end table here, maybe like a trash can or something here, in a painting. All right, I want to go in and get the hanging plant. I'm thinking to just use this one from Paranormal Stuff. It kind of has similar energy to it. We can use this as our end table. Okay, I'm gonna have to move all this stuff over. I don't really know what that blue thing is in the corner in the screenshot, so I'm just gonna put a trash can. And we also need like a little painting or something right here. So in the screenshot, it appears to be a picture of a bird. We kind of have a similar picture. This is the one from City Living, so I'm just going to use this one. In this screenshot, I can see a lot of tools over here. There's also, of course, the coffee table. We have some clutter, which I'll clutter it up in a little bit. There's also like some paintings, so we can put some of those in the corner. And then we have like the TV, like a flat screen sitting on top of a box or like a crate or something. I'm going to go into Journey to Batu because I'm pretty sure Batu has like storage containers and stuff like that. Yeah, see, because we have some like this. There's also some like this as well. We have these. I think I want to use this one right here. We're gonna just move this back some, and then I want to go in and get a flat screen TV. Luckily we have this one from base game, so what I'm gonna do is size it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna raise it up. Okay, that might be like a little bit too big. Okay, I want to go in and try to get a game console. We do have one that's kind of similar. I think in the screenshot it's supposed to be like a PS5. We have this one that's kind of close to that, and it comes in a white swatch, so we'll use this. I think we have some controller clutter. I think it's either in high school years, or we also have some from the Comfy Gamer kit. Yeah, we have this one. Maybe I'll just put a couple of these out. And then there's also like bottles and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go into Eco Lifestyle because Eco Lifestyle has like fizzy juice, fizzy drinks. So I'm gonna put a lot of those bottles down as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a couple of these out, maybe in some different flavors. I'll get like some of these energy drinks and I'll just put these out here too. The Basement Treasures kit has this mirror with some paintings on the ground, so maybe I'll like put some of these out. So luckily for us, we have the Restoration Workshop kit, which comes with a little toolbox with tools in it. I also took a little bit of creative liberty, so I have like the hot water heater over here. I have like a little bookshelf over here too. I don't know if this is going to be in his actual house, but I kind of just wanted to put something in this corner, you know? Okay, y'all, well, I think that's pretty much it for the inside. Now, we do have like something outside. If I go back to the screenshot for a second, you'll see that there's something outside on the deck. I have no idea what's supposed to be out there, so I'm just gonna put some stuff that I think would be out there. So I guess maybe, for example, I can get like some more tools. I'll put this over here. I want to also get one of these workbenches, and I want to put this out here too. And I'm gonna get this in a maybe like a rundown yellow swatch. We'll get this maybe in a rundown blue swatch. I'm gonna go in and just put some sawdust and stuff like that down here as well. I can also get some more boxes and put over here too. I'd imagine that maybe he's out here kind of like working up on the house. Maybe he has like extra tools out here too. And then I would love to give him a little chair or like a bench or something. Or you know what? I could just give him like a little stool out here, you know? Okay, y'all. Well, I think on that note, that's pretty much everything for the entire build. So I'll go back over it really quick before we go. So this is how the outside is looking. Honestly, I think the outside looks a lot better than the inside, honestly. I really wish that we had like a more rundown looking wood texture for the foundation, but I had to kind of just work with what I had, you know? But down here we have a car, we have like a boat, there's some scrap out here as well. There's also the basketball hoop. Again, I could not get this to hang off the house because of the way that the game is, so I just used like this basketball hoop and kind of covered it up with some vines. And you can't really tell if you're not looking directly at it, I guess. When you come up the steps, we have our front door. So when you first enter in, you have your little narrow hallway. You have a bathroom over here on this side. We also have our bedroom over here. There's also like some boxes up here on top of these beams. If this is too much, Tianna, you can always delete it if you want to, but I just thought it was kind of cool. And then of course, if you go over this way, we have our living room areas. We have a TV, game console, controllers, little chill spot, you know. And then we have our little like frog, aka iguana enclosure. We also have a kitchen area over here. We have a little like deck space out here. So out here, I just used this woodworking table. Then I also put like a little toolbox and some more like tools and stuff like that. There's also a little stool out here too, so your Sims can sit down. But honestly, y'all, that is everything for the entire build. Hopefully you like it, Tianna. If you do need to go in and change some stuff, feel free to. I don't really mind. I'm gonna put this up on the gallery so everyone can download it. My gallery ID is Seeckingly. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see. But that's all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. Follow me on Twitch where I stream a lot more The Sims, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching!